Good morning and welcome to Midweek Wednesday.
Oh, is it
on
Wednesday
TV.
already?
Mornings with Luann and Tim.
Hi.
In a former job, another co-host of mine
Yes.
said, I hate when people say Midweek Wednesday, so that was for him.
Oh.
He said, it's such a cliche, hump day. I'm like, well, call it something nice then.
Yes.
Come up with a new term then.
How about too bad it's Wednesday?
Yeah, or
Rather than thank goodness it's Friday. Too bad it's Wednesday.
Or look how far we've come so far. Day. That works. Kinda.
How are you?
Well,
You're
started
sick.
my day. I'll tell you something.
Oh, how'd you start your day, Luann?
Well, I dropped something in the toilet.
What'd you drop in the toilet, Luann?
I dropped my battery pack for my microphone in the toilet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a little damp.
You're sounding a little pissy this morning, Lou.
This is what
You're feeling a
dropped
little
in
flushed?
I'm feeling a little flushed.
That's what you
I'm a
dropped.
little waterlogged. I dropped this like it fell off my skirt. I mean, what can I tell you? You know, seriously.
Well, you know, we're so wired up.
We are so wired.
There's a thing
you
that-
especially.
It's the caffeine. There's a thing that goes up our backs, and what happens is it plugs in. It's a monitor that goes on my ear, but
Yes.
it goes up my back, and sometimes I forget that it's there, and I'll go to the washroom, and it unplugs, and it whacks me in the back of the head because it's all an elastic back here. And it goes,
Oh,
bing.
right.
So
you know what? Just
we're sharing
another-
all of our bathroom
Yes.
stories with you first thing in the morning.
And just a hint: always turn your microphone
off.
when you
Before
go to the bathroom.
Just
saying.
That's for the stage too, because I've heard women go off stage and talk about the number they were just in and then pee, and you
And they did a number.
and you can hear it on stage, the peeing sound.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so you got
As
to be
long
careful.
as it was just anyway. So we have some pictures. We're going to keep up with our OPP friends and our
Speaking of
Police
pee-pee,
friends.
speaking of
Pee-pee.
pee-pee, nice segue, OPP. I'm sure Sergeant Monique Baker would love to know that we're talking.
Yes.
Oh, that's not Monique, that is Sean Bullion, and he is with a little child. Where are they?
In Kapuskasing.
Oh, they made it to Kapuskasing yesterday.
So actually they made it further.
Did they?
So this was
Show me some more pictures.
some shots from Kapuskasing, and we're
Oh.
trying to get them
What is
sort
that?
of getting
does that
some
say
landmarks.
Kapuskasing there? It does. It says it. Look, I'm not wearing my glasses.
Apparently you're not.
What's that
And
one?
then look at that. Look
Oh,
at
they're
the
at the
crowd.
OPP. Look at the people.
Isn't that awesome?
You know, that's the population of Kapuskasing right
Yeah,
there at
right
the
there.
OPP. They arrested them
Yeah.
all and brought them in and made them pose.
Arrested them all.
Yes, they're all
You
under
are
arrest. Come to
under
the station
arrest.
and pose for this picture to make us
Yeah.
look like we no.
And they're taking the Special Olympics torch with them. So Monique and
Sean Bullion
are running to all these places. We're showing you these pictures, and they're like running. Seriously.
So they got to,
Running.
they did Timmins and everything too. Like they're
Yeah.
really, and then they're
Yeah.
circling all the way. They're going to Hearst. Oh, I think and then they're coming back down and they're ending up Manitoulin. Mm-hmm. They're going to go to where's the swing bridge?
A little current.
Yeah, they're going to go to Little Current, and then they're running all the way back to Sault Ste. Marie for the bridge walk
On
this
Saturday.
coming Saturday to bring the torch across with all the police officers, and it's both sides of the bridge, American and Canadian.
Yes.
Because they're the sponsors, they're the sort of the ambassadors for the Special Olympics. So.
And you know what? I think it's a really nice gesture. I love this event because, like you said, it's both sides, especially at this very moment in our political national
Hokey
news.
poke. No.
Man, did you scuff up your shoes so that you could sneak
Did
them
you
across?
hear? He doesn't even know the difference between a tariff and duty.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the latest from our esteemed President Trump.
He's not ours.
Well, you know what I mean. Theirs. We're kind of stuck with them too.
Yeah,
as a matter
we
of
are.
fact.
Totally.
So he was saying that the shoes. Apparently, he's saying
Shoes.
people there's a tariff on shoes, and so he. There he is. Hello.
He's saying, I know.
You're sneaking shoes across the border.
shoes.
He says that people, because the tariffs are high on shoes, that the people are sneaking shoes across the border to avoid paying the tariffs. Okay, so listen, Donald, the tariffs are what the manufacturers pay. We don't pay the tariffs. We pay duty. What we take when we come across the border, we pay taxes. We pay our government taxes on what we buy in the U.S. And that's only fair. If you're going to buy it in the
Absolutely,
U.S. when you
sure.
bring it across, you got to pay the tax.
And then you
as if
declare
you bought
it, and
here.
that's when you pay the duties.
But we don't, and a lot of the stuff is we don't pay duty on so many things now
Oh my
because
gosh.
of free trade. So anyway,
So-
he gets mixed up saying people are now scuffing up their shoes so when they cross the border they don't look new and they don't have to pay the tariffs on the shoes that they purchased.
But he's referring to the duties.
Referring to he doesn't even know
You
the
know what?
difference.
We should send him a pair of scuffed up shoes.
Ooh,
Right?
I wonder what size his feet are. Big dumb size. That's what they are. They're
14.
a size 6. Because they're like his little hands. We're never going to be allowed to cross the
Wow.
river again.
They're going to see us at the border and go, no, not coming in. You guys go home. We don't need you here.
We've got to buy everything on Amazon from now on. He wants to charge them more for their shipping too.
For their what? Shipping.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Probably.
No, because he says that Amazon gets too much of a discount
Yes, he's,
on their.
he's just, if
'cause
he's not
he's-
making any money off anything,
mad.
everybody else is making too much. And he doesn't like it.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. It just stresses me out.
All right.
Out. Stresses me out like a good
Stresses you
Canadian.
out
Stresses
when
me
you're
out.
out and about from
Yeah.
the house.
Hey, what's going on today?
I don't know what's going on
I'll
today.
tell you
Who are
what's going on
talking
because I'm psychical. I am going to, well, first of all, my friend Helena Huopalainen from the newly named James L. MacIntyre Centennial Public Library. Helena's here. She's going to talk about the library in general, but most specifically about the summer programming. Wait until you hear what they have planned for the kids this summer. It's fantastic and it's free. And then later on, we had such a great day on Friday. Mike and I took the camera down to Roberta Bondar Pavillion. It was the graduation ceremony for the Northland Adult Learning Centre.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and so we have some footage of the graduation, and I talked to several of the graduates and the what do you call the guy? The head of the class guy.
The valedictorian.
That's the one, yeah. See, I didn't do that, so I don't know those words.
No, you don't.
No. Anyway, we got some footage from there in an interview, and it's really, it's a
Awesome.
feel-good Wednesday kind of day, and it's going to be sunny and warm.
That's because it's hump day. Midweek Wednesday.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
even say things like that around me, because I'll get sued.
As if you haven't already.
I think-
We're going to take a break now.
I have insurance on my mouth now,
Yeah, he does. Really. He had to declare insurance on his
so I don't get sued.
in too deep.
Thank you, Kevin Taylor, my insurance agent, who also walked a mile in her shoes. He'll never let me live that one down. When I
No.
called him my real estate agent one
Yeah,
day.
he's everything to Tim. He's everything to Tim.
I
He
almost
really
touched my
is.
microphone. Okay,
Don't touch the mic.
let's go to break.
Okay, let's go to break already.
I'll throw. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll be right back with Helena Huopalainen from Huopalainen. Say that it cool. You know what it cools the tongue?
Huopalainen.
Helena Huopalainen. Helena Huopalainen. We'll be right back after this brief message. Mornings with Lou, Ed, and Tim coming back at you right after this. Welcome back to Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim, and I am joined now by one of my favorite people, Helena Huopalainen. You and I go back a long way.
We certainly do, Tim.
And we've done some great stuff together.
We have.
were very involved together with Sue Sings for Kids. You were on the committee that really, from the get-go, that from the ground up,
It was awesome.
you
Awesome.
and Sharon Vanderberg, and we had such fun. There were so many more of us that got that idea it was Sharon's idea to raise money for local children's charities by doing just workplace glee.
Oh, the community was awesome in it.
How much have we raised so far? 100? 100? Do we hit 100?
Just over 100,000.
I think we got like 116 or something this
Can you
past
believe
year.
that?
In 5
Five?
years.
5 years.
5
yes.
years.
Yes, we're going on to
If
our
you guys
sixth.
haven't checked out Sue Sings for Kids, you really must. There's a website for it now. There's a Facebook page, and it's an annual event now in the city. And we've raised some great funds for some great causes. And anyway, we're not here about that right now. We're here about your position at the library, the newly named James. I'm sorry, I forgot this right. James L. MacIntyre Centennial Public Library.
Exactly.
That was when was that? Just yesterday?
That was Monday.
Monday. Okay, Monday of this week. Tell me about that.
Well, we are honored to have this reception here at the James L. MacIntyre Centennial Public Library. And James L. MacIntyre served 2 years as a mayor, and during his time, that is when he actually came about and wanted this project. He wanted a centennial project, which ended up being the library.
So that was Jim's idea. I call him Jim because my family was fortunate enough. My father and Jim MacIntyre were great friends, and his wife Mary and my mother were also great friends for all the years. And he was, talk about a gentleman, and just so community minded.
Definitely.
And so I really did not know that the Centennial project, and that ended up being the library, was Mr. MacIntyre's idea.
Yes, it was. And actually, we have the connections also that I think there's 3 of his children that worked at the library, 2 of his grandchildren.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, once he retired from Algoma Steel, he used to come in every morning and use the library, and he just loved it. So we were honored to have our library named
That's
after
a beautiful
James.
thing.
Yes.
And so now your position at the library is?
Manager of Community Engagement, and they give me opportunities like this to engage with people like you.
Now, let's talk a little bit about what people may not know about the library as far as programs that are offered there. I was talking about seniors and computers. Well, actually, what we started talking about off camera was I've heard from people in the community that they don't have access to a computer, and therefore they can't necessarily find out what's going on, because if you're not on social media, you don't hear what's going on in the world, and even locally for events. And so it was suggested to these people that maybe go to the library,
Yes.
because if you live in Sault Ste. Marie, if you're a resident within the city,
You get a library card as part of your taxes. It's free, Tim.
It's
and
free.
so people, it's got a great value to it. You can come in, you can check out material, and you mentioned these
the computers.
So we offer computer workshops. We have once a month at both of our locations gadget corners, so you can bring in your own devices, and we'll walk you through if you have any problems with them. But we also have computers there that you can book time. And
it's free.
Do your own research on them.
Do your own research. You can go on Facebook if you wanted to.
Exactly.
You can do that. It's not blocked.
No, it isn't.
Fantastic. And then also for seniors who maybe want to learn about computers, what did you call the corner?
We have Gadget Corner.
Gadget Corner.
Plus computer workshops that you can sign up for.
And computer workshops.
Our staff are phenomenal.
They truly are.
Yes.
I know some of them, and I never. And you know, if you think that a library is someplace, maybe in people's minds, the library you walk in, shh, and they're all sitting there with their glasses on their noses,
it's not that.
You guys, libraries now are so much fun. It's a social hub.
It's a community hub.
It is.
And like the James L. MacIntyre Library, we are downtown. We're in the community.
Right downtown.
Center of it all.
And beautiful. You could go in and take a book out on your card and go sit in the park and read right there.
Yes.
By the water.
You know what? Our mission statement is one stop, endless possibilities. We have it all. Just ask.
What about, now let's talk about this. I love this. Ooh, this is exciting. Before we go to break, let's talk about this Ermatinger. How many of you live in Sault Ste. Marie and haven't been to the Old Stone House since you were a kid in school? Listen, things have changed. There, my cameraman Aaron. Things have changed. And the block house next to it. This is an amazing attraction. We don't even know locally what we have. We think, oh, boring, whatever, the Old Stone. No, go. And if you are a member of the library, tell us.
You can. So a good friend of mine, which you know, Kathy Fisher.
Kathy Fisher.
We work well together. So she thought that we should have this Ermatinger engagement pass where the library and the Ermatinger Clerk Historic Site is partnered up. So if you have a library card, you can come in and check out a pass for 1 week and take 4 people on your pass through the Old Stone House.
So, if you have people coming to visit you this summer,
correct,
or if you just got people that they're in the community and you haven't done it together, or you have some young people that you just use your library card to go to the library and get these passes, and you don't have to pay admission for the Old Stone House for the whole, and that's for the whole Ermatinger Clerg Historic Site, which is more than the Old Stone House now. There's a lot going on there. And
we have 2 of these passes at each library location. And so please, that's a great value. Check it out.
Check it out. It's the library. Check it out. We're going to check out for a second, Helena, and come right back after a brief commercial message. And we're going to talk about the children's programming you have this summer, which I think is so fascinating. And I'll talk about my beginnings at the library.
Sounds good,
my
Tim.
humble beginnings. We'll be right back after this. More Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim.
Okay.
Helena Huopalainen is with me, the Manager of Community Engagement for the James L. MacIntyre Centennial Public Library.
Now that's a mouthful.
I know, right? So I love this story. When I was a little kid, I saw a ventriloquist on television. And I decided that I wanted to try to learn how to be a ventriloquist. So naturally, I walked down to the library and I took out some books on ventriloquism. And then I actually learned how to talk without moving my lips from those books.
Amazing.
Well, because they have to tell you, because those books are probably still there. So anyway, then I cut the back of, my sister had a stuffed ape, and I cut the back of his head open and dumped all the stuffing out so I could stick my hand in there. And I got in a lot of trouble. So rather than destroy any more of my sister's toys, my parents brought me home a ventriloquist puppet from England, and I named him Rufus. And Mary MacIntyre, this is funny, here's the connection.
Exactly.
Because Mary's sister Kay Punch worked at the library.
Exactly.
For many years. Mary MacIntyre was at our house, and I did a little show as I was wont to do. My mother would say, dance, monkey, dance, and I would do my little puppet show. Mary MacIntyre called her sister Kay Punch and said, little Timmy Murphy has a puppet, and you should get him down there for story time at the library. So Mary MacIntyre talked to somebody named Valerie. I remember her name was
Valerie Dawson.
Well, she was the one, and so I went down and I did a story time with the puppet. And it went so well that the library hired me. I got $25 a show, and I performed at every branch, so I made $100 that summer.
4 branches.
I was 12 years old, and I made $100 that summer being a ventriloquist. And then from there, I used to get phone calls. People would say, can Timmy come and entertain my kid's birthday party? And my father got angry because he said, it used to be that I was Tim Murphy's father. Now I'm getting phone calls at the law office saying, I used to be Terry Murphy's son. He said, now I get phone calls at the law office saying, are you Timmy Murphy's father? We want to book him for a birthday party. So I got my career
started at the library.
At the library.
That's
long story
amazing.
short, long story longer. Tell me how kids these days can use the library, Helena.
Well, Tim, you know what? We have this TD Summer Reading Club.
Yes.
So it's a club membership, right? But it's free again. And
Go.
it's developed by the Toronto Public Library. It is bilingual. It's one of Canada's largest reading clubs for children in the summer. It's from ages 0 to 12. So we have pre-readers.
Zero
to 12.
You can come in and your child can learn while in the womb.
There you go.
Yes.
Start
just
reading
read
to your
baby.
child. Yes.
That's a thing.
That's
a real thing. Anyway,
so we have many one-off programs. We've got movie nights. We've got photography for kids.
Oh, the photography for kids. There. And you provide the cameras.
We do.
That's incredible. And it's free.
But most of all, the theme of this year is Feed Your Passions.
Feed Your Passions.
Feed Your Passions. So what better way to encourage kids, and that's what the staff at the Public Library are doing, to encourage kids to sign up for this program, take out material, and they can explore.
Maybe your passion isn't ventriloquism. Maybe it's photography. Maybe it's painting. Maybe it's...
That's right.
Maybe it's golfing. You have mini putt.
We have mini putt. So at the end of this reading club program in August, we have a wrap-up party.
Ooh.
And we have a magician coming. So there's so much more to this. So the magician is John Pert.
Yes.
He's a teacher magician. So all the children that come in and sign up for this reading club get invited to this party.
So we must register.
We must register.
We must register, ladies and gentlemen, but it's free. They just need to know that you're coming. That's all. We just want to be prepared for you.
Exactly.
So that when we have our materials and supplies, we have enough for everyone. That's why we just ask you to register.
And did I mention that we have mini putt?
Well, I kind of mentioned that, but what's the Foodalicious one? Mini putt Foodalicious. That kind of tickles my fancy. Kick off the summer with a whole lot of fun. Enjoy your 9-hole mini putt celebrating all the foods we love. Oh, food and golf. It's just like being a grown-up.
There you go. And then we have a Curious Creators
What's that?
session.
Where arts and crafts?
It's stories, crafts, games, and more.
From 4 to 8 years old?
Right, so we have 6 weeks of that.
So listen, this is fantastic. And if you have children and you don't know what to do for the summer, it's the library.
And guess what?
What?
Registration is tomorrow.
Tomorrow being Thursday.
Thursday, the 21st.
When does it start?
Tomorrow, the program?
The registration.
Tomorrow morning at 9.
At 9 a.m.?
9 a.m.
How do we register?
You can call, you have to pick up your package, so you do have to come to the library.
Oh, look at all the stuff you get.
Exactly.
You get a whole package.
And there's activities there, there's stickers there.
Oh, it's a club.
It's a club.
I just yelled in my microphone. It's an actual reading club that
and
you're
we
joining.
have prizes.
And it is bilingual. It's
bilingual.
Yes. And you have what?
We have prizes.
Prizes?
So when you sign up, you get to pick something out of a treasure chest or tickle trunk.
You guys, this is perfect for your kids and it's free. I love the library. Is this all branches?
This is both branches.
Wait, both. So now
have the Cora branch.
The Cora branch, which is in that community center.
Northern Community Center.
Which is located beside Cora Collegiate High School.
Yes, and we're in with the
On
seniors.
Gooley Avenue.
Correct.
And the senior center is there. I had
Indoor soccer club is there.
It is. It's one stop. Physical fitness and mental wellness and education all in one place.
Like I said, one stop, endless possibilities.
One stop, endless possibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, Helena Huopalainen. For more information, contact her and her wonderful staff at either branch of the library. And you know what? Google Sault Ste. Marie Public Library and it's going to tell you everything you need to know.
That's right.
And bring your kids to the library this summer and let them discover their passions, because when children have passions, children have full and rich lives. Okay, thank you for joining us, Helena.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
We'll see you again. Come back and talk some more about how the programs are going. We'll do catch-ups over the course of the summer.
Sounds good, Tim.
Okay, we'll be back mornings with Luann and Tim right after this. Nice.
Three information sessions will be held today for Steelworkers Local 2724 about a tentative agreement reached with the steel plant. Members should go to the Quattro Hotel and Conference Center at noon, 4:30 or 7:30. The union is calling on all members to attend, and members of Local 2251 who are expecting to transfer to 2714 are also welcome. The tentative agreement between Locals 2251 and 2724 and Algoma's secured creditors was reached on May 9th. Local 2724 represents about 470 salaried employees, including frontline supervisors, metallurgists, chemists, engineers, financial and accounting workers, and information technology specialists. Local 2251 is also holding information meetings today, as previously announced. No date yet for Local 2724's ratification vote. Yesterday, City Police arrested a 23-year-old man for domestic violence. Police say the accused went to his ex-girlfriend's house early yesterday morning when he was bound by a recognizance order to not communicate or go to her place. Officers report an argument escalated and the accused assaulted the victim and then held a knife to her, threatening to kill her. The suspect has been charged with 2 counts of breach of recognizance, 3 counts of breach of undertaking, 1 count of assault, 2 counts of assault with a weapon, and 1 count of uttering threats. The suspect was held for bail. Around 2 yesterday afternoon, there was a 2-vehicle collision at Old Garden River Road and Second Line. Fire and ambulance officials were on the scene and traffic was slow for about an hour as the emergency services did their jobs. No update on the condition of the drivers, but one of the vehicles sustained extensive damage. Canadians will be able to legally purchase and consume recreational marijuana by mid-September at the latest, after the Senate voted yesterday to lift almost a century-old prohibition on cannabis. Senators voted 52 to 29 with 2 abstentions to pass Bill C-45 after 7 months of study and debate. Health Minister Ginette Petitpas-Taylor has said the provinces will need 2 to 3 months after the bill is passed before they'll be ready to implement the new legalized cannabis regime. Canada is the first industrialized country to legalize cannabis nationwide. Independent Senator Tony Dean, who sponsored the bill in the upper house, and other senators stressed that the government is taking a very cautious, prudent approach to this historic change. Cannabis will be strictly regulated with the objective of keeping it out of the hands of young people and displacing the thriving black market in cannabis controlled by organized crime. But conservative senators remained resolutely opposed to legalization and predicted passage of C-45 will not meet the government's objectives. The OPP laid a total of 697 charges against transport truck drivers and took 63 trucks out of service during their Operation Corridor enforcement. That initiative was on June 13th and 14th. In partnership with the Ministry of Transportation, the OPP stopped a total of 1,692 trucks during the 24-hour blitz. Speeding led the list of offenses with 226 charges laid. Defective equipment equipment ranked second at 176 charges. Other charges ranged from unsecured loads to distracted driving. The Sioux College Cougars hockey team announced yesterday that forward Jason Yule will be returning to the club for the 2018-19 season. The 21-year-old from the Sioux scored 9 times and set up 13 others in 8 games played during the 2017-18 season. He also led the team in shorthanded goals with 2. 8 days ago, Cougars leading scorer Ryan Vendramin committed to the club as well. Toronto police are asking witnesses to come forward after a man was allegedly pushed in front of a train at a Toronto subway station Monday. 57-year-old John Resetnik has been charged with first-degree murder in connection with the incident. Toronto Police Detective Rob North has more.
As I've previously mentioned, at approximately 10:15 a.m., the Toronto Police Service Communications Centre received a call for service for a C ambulance at the the subway station at Yonge and Bloor Street. When they arrived, they found a male who was suffering from medical distress underneath the train. That male was transported to a hospital, unfortunately succumbed to his injuries. As a result of our investigation, we've arrested and charged a male, 57-year-old male of Toronto named John Resetnik. Mr. Resetnik's been charged with first-degree murder. He made an appearance this morning at College Park Courts in courtroom number 501. And he's been remanded into custody. We are looking for 7 or 8 witnesses who we believe had some very close, not communication, but some very close interaction or close ties to our accused and our deceased. They would have seen what happened. Based on some utterances and some witness statements that we have, we are appealing to those 7 or 8 individuals to come forward. I understand it's a very traumatic incident that they may have witnessed. However, we would like them to come forward so we can interview them and sort of get a narrative from them about what actually transpired.
We are back on Wednesday morning live, mornings with Luann and Tim, and you're a little under the weather?
Just a touch. I just have a bit of a cough.
You sound I don't want to kiss you. I want you in a separate studio.
Yeah.
You're sounding a little bass baritone this morning.
Yes, I could actually go down there a little bit. Tim, thank you very much.
Hey,
on TV. Oh, right?
You could do that.
I should do it today.
You sound like James Earl Jones on CNN.
TV.
This is ONN.
Oh, see, that's awesome.
Is
we
it?
have to do that. We have to get you to do that.
I'll do all the different voices. Carol Channing. This is ONN. Katharine Hepburn. This is ONN.
Okay, Kathy, easy. We have some film to look at today.
Oh, we do. It's the
Watch your chair. You hurt my knee, for goodness sake.
I just kneecapped Luann.
Oh, Lord.
I'm Irish. You didn't know I was from the IRA, huh?
No.
I can kneecap you. Yeah. Sorry.
That's
I
okay.
Really did.
Yeah, you did. You hurt me. I'm going home now.
With a limp and a cough.
A limp and a cough. Dun. So Monique and Sean are booting around Northern Ontario just because they have nothing else to do. They're booting
Sometimes
around.
you're so Espanola. They're booting around.
They're just booting around with some torch or something. It's not enough they're running.
Oh, I'm off camera. Hang on.
Yeah, just don't lean too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're running around Northern Ontario with the torch for the Special Olympics, which is coming to Sault Ste. Marie in January of 2019.
Right, and they're going to be in Sault
deal.
Ste. Marie after their little tour in time for the International Bridge Walk on Saturday. Good timing, huh? Like they thought about that or something.
I know,
That's
and it's going to be. I think it's going to be a pretty impactful ceremony because it's going to be all the law enforcement and first responders from the American side joining the first responders from the Canadian side. And I think that's going to be really nice.
You know what? This is the time to do something.
So where did they end up? I wonder.
I know. Let's check in.
Let's find out. Monique
find
and Sean,
out.
where did you go? Where in the world?
Good morning, Luann. Good morning, Tim. Here we are, day 3. We finished up 4 runs yesterday. They were amazing. Timmins last night was a little bit of a longer one, but really great support once again from the community. And now we're off to a few more places.
So this is day 3 of our Northeastern Ontario Law Enforcement Torch Run. So we have 3 runs on tap for us today. First run is going to be down in New Liskeard, and then second run down in West Nipissing at Sturgeon Falls, and then we have North Bay today as well. So we're definitely going to be covering some distance again. You know what, the turnout that we've had at the runs across the Northeast region has been amazing. It's great to see the community support. And remember, for people in Sault Ste. Marie, if you want to support the 2019 Winter Games that are coming to the Soo, check out the website, ssm2019games.com. There's a number of different ways that you can support, from different fundraising activities or making a donation and being part of our final leg team. There's a way that you can virtually do that as well. So definitely check out the website, and we can definitely look forward to your support. Thank you very much.
And also don't forget we have our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook pages as well. LETRSSM. Check those out, and you can follow us on our journey.
There,
Bye.
now I hear.
See ya.
They're doing 3 or 4 a day runs?
The Timmins one sounded like it was brutal.
Oh yeah, they were intense.
It was when you like Monique is she wouldn't admit to this, but she wouldn't say that she's a well-trained athlete.
No,
a runner,
she wouldn't, but she is.
really is. Monique can go long distances. She's very, very fit.
Yes.
So for her to say that the run was longer than she thought it was going to be, that's a pretty good sign that it was a tough go.
It was a tough go, and they are continuing, like we said.
The community
today.
support is so
Isn't it?
great that they're drumming up as they go for the Special Olympics.
It must really encourage them too, right? I would think.
Especially the kids.
Yes.
Touching base with all the kids.
Yes. So we're going to check in with them tomorrow and see where they're at on their way back home for Saturday.
And later on, I'm not coming up. I have.
Yes, you are coming up.
I am, with that video of the graduation from the Northland. And then actually today, later on, after we're done filming.
The graduation from what?
The graduation from the Northland Adult Learning Centre.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they do all kinds of stuff there. They do English as a second language for immigrants and refugees. Or anybody really, but they also do computer training. They do, you can get your grade 12, go back and get your grade 12.
That's so awesome.
Oh, some of these graduates, the stories were fantastic. There was a lady, well, you'll see her in the interview. She's our age, maybe a little, in our age bracket, and just wanted to go back and take some classes, and she did. And this is a woman who just wanted to learn. And then you have other people who, one young lady, you'll hear her barriers to getting her original grade 12 was she was bullied, and she just couldn't cope and couldn't finish school. And so, bless her heart, she went back and she just graduated, and she's going to go back and take some more courses.
Right.
And then valedictorian was a gentleman who had had a different career, and there was an injury involved. He couldn't carry on in that field, and he didn't have the education and the training to look for work in other fields. And so he's gone back, and now he's the valedictorian.
That's so awesome. Congratulations to everybody.
Yeah, so these are all great stories that you'll hear coming up in the interview from, and after the show today, Mike and I are going to get in the car and go down to the actual school on Northland Road. They have several. They've got Prince Charles School is the late school.
And they have locations,
They have different locations, but we're going to go down to the Northland School and just talk to some of the educators and find out not only about the programs, but what it means to them.
Sure.
To interact with these students and the spirit that's involved in the whole school.
Awesome. Looking forward to that.
That'll be an on-point episode coming up. So.
Terrific.
At 8 o'clock.
In the meantime, we're going to take this quick break. We'll be back with Mornings on TV with Luann and Tim right after this.
Cheers. Thanks for staying with us on TV, Mornings with Luann and Tim. So on Friday, I was invited by Fran Walsh from the Algoma District School Board to go down and visit some folks who were graduating from the Northland Adult Learning Centre on Northland Road here in the Soo. It's one of several learning centres, learning hubs that the Algoma District School Board supports. Not everybody does well in a traditional educational setting. We don't all succeed in those classes where you go to school at 8:50 in the morning and you finish at 3:30 in the afternoon and you share a classroom with 30 people. Some of us have different barriers to learning. different environments in our homes that maybe stop us from succeeding, challenges with our ability to learn, or the way that we process information, or the things that even interest us. So the Algoma District School Board works really hard to try to develop these programs to unlock the potential that each of us has by creating an environment that is suited to you, to your needs, to your learning needs specifically. So we went to the graduation ceremony. It was a beautiful day down at Roberta Bondar Pavillion on the waterfront. And we recorded some of the graduation ceremony, and we also took a moment to meet with some of the graduates themselves and hear about their experiences at the Adult Learning Centre. So we're going to roll that video now, and then we'll be back after this. So stay tuned, watch this. Thanks. Today for Mornings with Luann and Tim, I am down here at the Roberta Bondar Pavilion for the graduation and celebration from Northland Adult Learning Centre, Sault Ste. Marie Adult Learning Centre, and Thessalon Adult Learning Centre. This is an exciting day. You guys are graduating today. Let me ask your names first of all. Sir, what is your name?
My name is Aaron.
Hi Aaron, nice to meet you.
Very good to meet you.
And your name is?
I'm Diane.
Your name is Diane, but apparently there's a running joke going on that Aaron calls you every name but Donna. Yeah. Or no, but Diane.
Not Diane. He calls me Donna, not Diane, yes.
Anything that starts with a D, he calls you that instead of your real name?
Yes.
So am I taking it then that Aaron is the class clown?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And look, here's our long distance student. Hi, all the way in from Thessalon, your name is?
Deborah Bedley.
Deborah from Thessalon as opposed to Thessalon from Deborah. Deborah, you've come back to school. I would say that because of the color of your hair, you look like maybe you have come back after the longest break. Am I right?
Yeah, I think it's 45 years.
Come on. That,
it's important. I'm doing this because it's important. I love education. I love to learn, and I hope it encourages people. I left high school in grade 12 because there was both my parents were very, very ill, and so I just needed 4 credits, and our teacher in Thessalon was so encouraging, and like I wouldn't be here either if God didn't direct my life. I'm so thankful for my life, and I'm happy to be here today.
That's a beautiful story. I got a little choked up when you said that to me.
That's why I didn't want to say, because it's very emotional for me.
But it's proud emotional though, Deborah. That's an amazing thing, and your family must be so proud of you, yes?
Yeah, they are. I love them too.
Have they come in from Thessalon to the Sioux today to celebrate?
They're in the Sioux. We're moving back to the Sioux, so I've been trying to do school, trying to pack up things and prepare for our daughter's wedding as well. So it's been really busy. Yeah.
Holy smokes, you are an inspiration. No, come on, seriously. I think that's fantastic. What kind of subjects did you study this time around, Deborah? What were the 4 credits you needed?
I did the OLC, or the literacy course,
yes.
The English, history, and science. They were great, really great.
And how many teachers did you have in Thessalon then?
We had J.C. Watson, J-A-C-E-Y Watson, and he was just so encouraging, really, really good.
Okay, now, Diane, not Donna.
Yeah.
You're from where originally?
I'm from the Sioux.
You are, okay. Now, was there a barrier to you graduating earlier in your life, or what?
Yeah, I just had a lot of bullying going on throughout high school and elementary school, so it was very discouraging, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very discouraging. So I still needed quite a bit of credits.
Oh, I love that you were brave enough to come back and that you finished this even though you had a bad experience in high school. Was this a different experience altogether?
Yeah. It sure was.
Even though Aaron called you by different names?
Yes, it was a fun thing with Aaron. It was
good.
Totally different this time around.
So now, which courses did you take this time?
I needed quite a bit. I still needed about over 30 credits. So I did like the PLAR, which got me like well over half of them. And then I did like my science, my English, the OLC like Deborah did, and just got all the credits I needed to be here.
But you said you're going to come back again, you figure.
Yes, I'm going to come back, 'cause I was actually down in the Northland prior to this. I did the Northland for upgrading up till about 3 years ago, and then I just kind of took a change for the worse with some old friends, bad habits, and now I'm back. I came back last February.
I love your story. So now, what would you say to anybody out there who thinks that they couldn't do it?
They can.
Yeah.
I know. I think if I could do it or Deborah can do it, then they can do it. Like if any of us can do it, then they can do it, right?
And well, let's talk to Aaron, because you apparently have had some great success. That was beautiful. And listen, you, Mr. Valedictorian.
Thank you. Yes.
You said they chose you for valedictorian because you were the only one who got up and talk.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Who was the first person that came and volunteered for this? You know. So they know that. They know that. I talk a lot and I like to joke. So it was a pretty obvious decision on their part. You know. But
now,
yeah, it's a good honor, nevertheless.
Are you a Sault Ste. Marie-ite, Aaron?
I am. I moved away for a number of years. Lived in Vancouver. Lived in Toronto. I was injured and came back to the Soo and I have to go back to school because I can't do a lot of the work that I've had to do. So I tried college for a while, wanted to get electrical technology. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But after being out of school for nearly 30 years, I mean, I dropped out of high school in '86, right? So I only needed a few credits. I moved up the street from the school, and I came to do a computer course to help me with college. And Fernando, the guidance counselor, just pointed out I only needed 3 credits, so why not finish it? Why not finish it?
And you did.
And I finished it. I did. And I had 2 fantastic teachers, Tasha and Jennifer, that kept me grounded and focused because I'm off the wall, right? Like it's hard to stay settled for anything, you know. So thankfully for them, you know, they've got me this far, you know, and so a great family, you know, a lot of support, and,
right.
And it's been a good experience. Met a lot of great people and a lot of great stories, you know, and you get to do stuff like this, right? Like,
so what about the future? What do you think? We know that Diane said she might go back. Did you think you'd also go back again?
To go back, and because it's a free education, right? So why not? And I'd like to get better English skills. You know, I'd like to be able to become more comprehensive and literate, and upgrade my math skills. I
got to tell you, first of all, you're extremely well spoken. So
yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, and that I've spoken this long without swearing is, I think, is an accomplishment. But it's been I think it was a fate always seems to lead you in certain directions, right? And I think everything has steered me, as I'm sure they would agree, and most people here would agree, that it brings you to places and introduces you to people and experiences that kind of just lead you forward one more day, right? So
okay, I want to stay and watch the ceremony now and hear all these other stories. You guys are so inspiring. Do you feel that you are an inspiration to other people, or do you just feel like I'm just regular old Diane?
I think I'm probably inspiration to somebody out there.
Good for you. Yeah. You deserve to feel that way. And what about you? You're Deborah, yes. Deborah, you must be carrying a huge sense of pride within yourself.
Well, I just would like to encourage anybody that's considering it. I mean, the teachers are very, very great, and, you know, you work at it at your own pace, so, you know, and you learn a lot along the way, so it's great. I just love it.
And they also have, do they have an online course as well that they offer?
They do, yeah. They can do online. You don't even have to come in. So a lot of people who work, they're not in the communities that provide this school environment itself. You can do it online, and I'm sure a number of people, there might even be some here today, I'm not sure. I've never met them, right, online, right?
Right.
Yeah, so.
And the other thing, I guess, English as a Second Language is another really important program they're offering. Yeah. Have you met any of the folks from the English as a Second Language program at the school?
I've met them. I'm just not sure of their names. It's because they're foreigners, yes, right, to us, so it's hard to say their names, but they're all very lovely people.
And isn't it a wonderful thing that we're embracing diversity in our community, yes, that we have the refugee program, yes, and we also have a strong immigration coming to Sault Ste. Marie, and that this is available free of charge, yes, for them to learn English as a second language, yeah, about job skills, right? Yeah. Because they're coming to enhance our community and to not just enrich our community, but also bring more money into our community, because these people are going to get jobs and pay taxes and buy homes.
Businesses, I mean, the culture, bring some culture to this town, right?
Absolutely. So we should help them with our support, and this is a great way to do that as well through the school.
Yes, yeah. I agree.
So do I. Thank you. Thanks for backing me up on that.
I agree with Aaron. Like, different cultures.
Yeah.
Definitely need that.
Now, what about the future for you? You're moving to the Soo, and what do you think is going to be next for Deborah?
Well, we have, as I say, we've got a wedding coming up and lots of travel, I hope, and, you know, we've got grandkids, so it was really funny in doing the literacy course because they were saying, you're going to work towards your driver's license, and I thought I've been driving for 40 years. So anyway, it was good.
So was this more of a bucket list thing for you than to get employment or something, or what?
I needed something to do. We actually live in Bruce Mines, so I needed something to do, and I thought, well, it was offered. You see the brochures. JC's very good about putting the little bulletin out, and I thought, I can pick up the credits.
And then I met the lady who actually handed out the programs. She said she's been taking courses for 13 years, and she would be probably my age or older.
Helen, yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, and she just goes because she just loves to learn. I love to learn, so I just keep going back and taking more and more courses. So, what a great thing.
Free education, right? Free education.
And you know what? Now, Tasha is saying it's time for you to go graduate, and you got a speech to learn. So I want to thank you so much, not just for your time today, but for inspiring all of us who watched. And best of luck in the future. And we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim on TV. Excellent segment on adult graduation for
pretty cool people.
Extended. What's the proper wording for that? Extended learning.
Adult Learning Centre. Yeah.
Sorry.
And they are. There's a number of hubs around, and now they're out down the line. Like Thessalon has their program and an online program as well. So if you are somewhere where you can't access one-on-one or like the classroom experience, or if your schedule doesn't allow you to attend, you can do the online courses.
I like how the lady said, and then you'll be able to get your driver's license. She's like, I've been driving for 40 years. I loved her.
She was terrific. A grandmother.
Imagine. Good for her.
Going back to school.
Good for you.
Just because she wants to learn. She was just something,
awesome.
and she wanted to get those final credits too.
Right. Good for her.
I know.
You have an announcement?
Well, I do. I was talking to Logan Costa at the Soon Area Hospital.
Yes.
And he wanted to come on the show this week and talk about the 5-card draw, but his schedule wasn't going to allow it. So I promised Logan that I would promote the 5-card draw for Soon Area Hospitals. And the reason that I think this is so important is because this year the money is going to support the expansion of the cardiac services at the Soon Area Hospital. They want to get their own, to be able to do the stenting here.
Yes.
You can't do that here.
No.
We know this because
People
we have a dear
yes.
friend who just recently had to go to Sudbury for a major bypass.
Yes.
And so anyway, this is going to be great for our community. So here's the deal. When you buy these tickets, and how much are they?
$20.
20, and they're available all over the place. Rome's, Pino's, the Station Mall, Roots Table, Metro, Shoppers Drug Mart, Metalos, Max, Crazy Ernie's, The Wishing Well. Anyway, if you buy these tickets, it's great to win something, and they have amazing prizes.
They do, always.
$500 Esso gas cards, 8 1,000 cash prizes, and then the vehicles: Toyota Tundra, Volkswagen Tiguan, Jeep Compass Sport, Honda HR-V LX 4-wheel drive, and a Kia Forte EX. The total prize package is $191,175.10. So there are great opportunities to win, but the point is, when you're buying these tickets, it's great if you're going to win something, but the real idea is just you're giving,
supporting
the hospital and allowing our friends and families and community members to actually,
and maybe yours,
maybe your own self, to have to be able to have the cardiac work done here in the Sioux, to have that stenting possible, so you're not having to fly or drive to Sudbury to have that, and then you can get visited by your family in your own hospital here in the Sioux.
Yeah, so exactly. And you know what? That's imagine you have a heart condition. Some people have had a heart attack and have to get to Sudbury or to Toronto because that's not stressful.
That's not
right?
Exactly.
So if you're already in a bad condition, you don't want to have to be more stressed. So for $20, such a good cause.
And there's great sponsors, and so thank you very much. And if you want to find out more information, you can go to www.becausicare.com/5-card draw. Or just Google Soon Area Hospital's 5-card draw, and it'll bring you. I'm sure you'll find it.
No problem.
You can find out all about the prizes and where the tickets are and all that kind of stuff.
So thank you very much for watching us, and thank you very much for supporting the anticipated cardiac wing at the Sioux Area Hospital. Have an awesome day.
We'll see you tomorrow on TV, Mornings with Luann and Tim.